All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tom Bass. I am indoors. It was pouring rain all morning here, and finally getting the stream up and running. We have maybe 30 minutes at most because I got to get on a call. So let's go to the charts. Well, we're actually exactly 2 weeks away from the financial summit. It starts on Monday, August 1st. And today is Monday as well. So we are exactly 2 weeks away. I've already started reaching out to people that have been really putting some good suggestions. I will try to reply to everyone, but I think there's only like one person that has not been contacted yet. I've been doing Zoom calls with them, trying to pick, which one or two people are going to be the best candidates to join us at the financial summit. This is the entire resort. Well, it's not the entire resort, but this is 1/3 of the resort, but it's the entire castle that has been rented for us to have our event in. Okay, charts. The weekly chart is looking very nice. Here's the good news. The good news is that we have broken last week's high. We still have not broken the high from the week before, and we are sitting right at that 200 week moving average. That is a critical line. If we get above that line fairly soon, then everything will be somewhat okay, because then the 200 week moving average is not in danger of turning to the downside, which has never happened in Bitcoin's history. And I don't want it to happen now. We were able to bounce right off the MRI support line as well. We would have needed to close below that MRI support line in order for me to anticipate significantly lower prices. All of this can still be completely avoided. How many viewers we have? And people are slow to wake up Monday morning. Oh, where's the rest of why is my live chat not working here? All right, I'm gonna pull out a different live chat. This one seems to be a little more up to date. All right. I will be speaking at Mining Disrupt. I believe I'm speaking on the 28th. And the following day, I will be in the Dominican Republic. If you are on my website, you can check out products and services, on-demand videos. There's a free learn trading section. I have not been filling out my calendar, so keep that in mind. Someone was asking me if there was an MRI buy on a weekly BTC. There was, but all the way up here, it missed the low in the price by one candle, by 1 week. We do have the green star candle, which is an indication to buy. There are multiple ways to trade the MRI. That's why there's a 5-hour video educating people on how to trade the MRI. And I don't give the MRI away for free, because then how would you watch the 6-hour video? And if you try to trade the MRI without knowing how to trade it, the only thing you can do is get you into serious trouble. Daily chart. The daily chart has broken out above the horizontal resistance line. It got rejected for 2 days in a row, Saturday and Sunday, and finally we have just broken out above it. Now, we still have to close above this line. I am not doing anything until we get a clean, obvious close above the line without an ability to raise this channel. See, I can raise it to this area here. So if this candle closes below the top of that channel, then all we did was get to the top of the channel, and we just had to move the channel up a little bit, but we are still within the rules of a horizontal channel. Ideally, I would like to put it like that, because then we are also touching this candle, and this candle, and then these 3 candles, and then just below these 2, and then also at that one, okay? We are also coming up on the rejection of the 50-day moving average, which is a critical area of resistance. There's lots of resistance in this area, and it's going to be challenging for Bitcoin to break above all of this resistance at the same time. So I am looking for a bit of a pullback here, and then hopefully late this month, we can have a proper breakout that can go all the way to the next area of resistance, which could be a combination of the MRI resistance line and the 128-day moving average. Short-term chart, not all that interesting. I am curious what's going on with traditional markets. So GBTC has obviously moved up over the weekend. The GBC premium, however, is still a bit depressed. GBC discount is still a bit depressed. We have to wait for a real Bitcoin rally. Price of oil, let's see if Joe Biden's trip to Saudi Arabia with a gas can, begging them for more oil, has panned out. As you guys know, I am bullish on oil. I am going to be bullish on oil for the rest of the year. I just don't see many macro views that would change that. So I am looking for a $200 barrel of oil. I wouldn't want that. It makes flying super expensive. It makes driving expensive, makes your entire life expensive. But I do think that's where the world's kind of going for multiple reasons, between the geopolitical conflicts and just, countries trying to screw each other over. Certain countries benefit a lot with a high price of oil, and certain organizations benefit a lot from the high price of oil. The whole concept of the World Economic Forum and Build Back Better, and we need to destroy everything in order to rebuild it in our Marxist image, that entire movement is benefited by $1,000 barrel of oil, because they want you, bend to their will that they will fix your problems, and most of which they create. So there's lots of geopolitical incentives to make sure you can't afford to fly, or to make sure you can't afford to drive. Gold. I am not all that high on the price of gold. Gold has been a basket case. For a little more on gold, you can listen to my debate with Peter Schiff over on capital.com. When was this? Right there. That looks like the last video they posted. The last video on capital.com is my debate with Peter Schiff. Not sure what this this image would have been probably better if Peter Schiff and I were in it, but that is the debate between Peter Schiff and myself. It is really, really good. Actually, I should probably read some of the comments here. The debate was really good. Tone is either an economic illiterate or a scammer. Let's see. Proclaiming loudly what he knows to be wrong. Really? I would love to know what I know that is wrong. On the whole, I think he's a former. Okay. Working for decades with a Wall Street firm doesn't guarantee understanding. No, it doesn't. And me stating that I worked there for 9 years doesn't mean that I've worked there for decades. So it shows you how much you listen, Alex. Yes, Peter Schiff did have his bank account frozen, and he still doesn't see the value in an unconfiscatable asset, which I kept telling him about during our video here. Anyway, check it out. It's really, really good. Let's go and take a look at the correlation. So, are there any guesses? And you know how all pundits like to do it. Why do you think the stock market reversed so heavily on July 14th? I'm not sure I mentioned it. July 14th was, I believe, Thursday. I think I did a video on Friday. I don't even remember anymore, guys. But I can tell you what happened around the time, so we can even dig in. Let's go to the hourly chart, and we can see when the stock market rebounded. Oh, look at that. Ironically, it rebounded at 10 a.m. What a surprise. Let me see. This would have been July 14th at 10:10. At 10:10 a.m. There it is. Okay. The bottom came in. What a surprise. It came in at 10 a.m. I've been talking about the reversal. We always talk about that on this show specifically. The 10 a.m. reversals are, for me, it used to be one of my best day trading strategy to time the market reversal at 10 a.m. And what a surprise it happened. Yeah, I did not actually know that. I just looked at that. The reason I wanted to look at this, and I'm probably going to just Google it on a different monitor. Let's see when those headlines came out. So I'm going to go to the news. 3 days ago, I think that was Friday. No, it had to be Thursday. 4 days ago. There it is. New York Magazine. Looks like, were they the first to break the news? No, Washington Post. Oh God, I don't want to show. New York Magazine is also bad. But those are the Washington Post. It's a massive propaganda website. So I guess it's good when they say something. It was updated. When was it published? There it is. But it took a little time for the news to spread. That's a weird headline, though. Anyway, I'll show you the headlines that came out later. We can do CNN. Yep, July 14th. Perfect. Updated. When do you actually post the damn thing? Let's go with CNN. The propaganda websites. Here's the news that broke on Thursday. Trump signals 2024 decision has come down to timing of an announcement. So on Thursday, July 24, Trump announced that he's going to announce that he will be running for president in 2024. Now, we can debate whether this is good or bad. I'm not even sure if I would like to have Trump as president. If it came down to voting for Trump or DeSantis, it's a really hard decision as to who to vote for, Trump or DeSantis. I would probably vote for Trump over DeSantis, but that's still probably, okay? But those are my probably top two candidates. I can make an argument for DeSantis. I could also make an argument for Trump. So this news started to spread on Thursday. Now let's go to the stock market. You can disagree with me. And it's very, very rare that a news event alters, most of the time, the market turns and then the media tries to make up a reason as to why the stock market is going down or going up. And I've always said the same. However, this is serious news because for the last few months, I've been telling you guys that one of the greatest things that can happen in order for sentiment on the stock market to reverse is for Biden to step down. Well, ideally, Biden and Kamala to step down, but at the least, Biden to step down. That would create confidence in the American economy once again. Trump announcing that he is going to announce that he will run for president is also a huge bullish sentiment boost to the stock market, because Trump was amazing to the stock market. And if Trump wasn't a complete dumbass in locking down the country in 2020, bowing down to the globalist agenda of shutting down the world over a cold, then the United States stock market would probably be at an all-time high today. The U.S. would be in a much better position across the board. So I don't know if Trump learned from that mistake. Trump still wants everyone to go get a vaccine. So I don't know if he learned from the mistakes of locking down the world and destroying the U.S. economy. But he also printed, because of the lockdown, printed a shit ton of money. These were all horrendous decisions by Trump. And however, hopefully he learned from those mistakes. And if he is reelected again, he's not going to do something stupid like shut down the businesses and destroy the American economy. So the mere announcement that Trump's going to run, and I mean, if it's a fair election, he would easily win. That would be a huge boost to the U.S. stock market. Someone is saying DeSantis would not oppose Trump. I don't know that. I know DeSantis has said that, but there's also other caveats, like Trump and DeSantis could be, working together. And if Trump is running for 2024 and all of the media is focused on Trump, and then in the last minute, Trump says, you know what, I'm not going to do it, and I'm just going to, commit my support to DeSantis, that could be a great boost, because then the Democrats would have been too distracted by trying to make up shit about Trump instead of digging up everything on DeSantis and having a big media campaign against DeSantis. So, but we don't know what DeSantis' foreign policy is. So we have no idea. For all I know, it could be DeSantis that starts a nuclear World War III with Russia, right? Like I have no idea. But America has been so weakened by the current administration, and but again, Trump started it, right? Like the shutdown of the U.S. economy for COVID happened under Trump, not under Biden. So Trump messed up big time. So Trump weakened the U.S. economy by 50%, and Biden did and Biden finished it off in the last year and a half. Is there a use case for XMR? Yeah, to lose your money, basically. The use case is, I want to have less life savings. You could have left a comment. I mean, I'm telling you what the use case is. The use case for XMR is to, over a long-ish period of time, to have less life savings than before. That's the use case for XMR. If you need private transactions, use the Liquid sidechain. I mean, what can I tell you? It has confidential transactions built into it. Like what is important to you is unconfiscatable, censorship-resistant store of value important? If the answer is yes, use Bitcoin. If private confidential transactions are important, use Liquid Bitcoin. Well, what else can I tell you? You got to pick your priority. It's if both you can't have both, right? You can't have unconfiscatable, censorship-resistant store of value and full privacy. That this doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's like you're saying, well, I want to fly in a rocket and be on a cruise ship at the same time. I mean, great. Maybe one day someone will invent technology where you can be split in two and you can do that. But you have to pick one. You got to pick which one matters more. Either confiscatable store of value is that is censorship resistant to send is more important, or privacy. If privacy is more important, use the liquid sidechain. What can I tell you? And you're not taking on any currency risk. So Trump announcing a run is a boost to the market. Will it create a bull market and Bitcoin to new all-time highs because of Trump? I have no idea. It's possible. It'll be hard, but it's possible. I mean, a capitalist is always better than a Marxist at the helm. Now, for the free market, it's better. If you are Wall Street and you can bribe one of the two politicians, obviously the Marxist is better, right? Because they're easier. This is why Wall Street was supporting Hillary Clinton. She got all the donations from Wall Street because, again, easier to play favorites, easier to bribe. Doesn't mean it's good for the economy. Doesn't mean it's you don't care, right? Like if you have a choice, most politicians, and by most I mean 99% of politicians, they only care what's good for themselves. So if a company says, hey, our stock can rise by 10%, but and that would mean I increased my wealth by 10% in a free market. But if I bribe the right politician, I can make 20%. Maybe it's better to bribe the right politician. My stock will only go up 4 or 5%, but I can make 20% because I have the politician in my pocket. So this is why Wall Street and many other industries would rather have a Marxist in power than a capitalist because they can potentially do better in an overall economy that is more capitalist than Marxist. If the economy goes completely Marxist, now it becomes a little bit different. But then the companies, just get up and move to a different country. I mean, they don't care. All right, I got a call at 11:30, so I'm gonna get off this stream in a minute. I've already started reaching out to people. We can't bring everyone. We can only bring a few. And then the event's going to be close to sold out. So we just got 2 weeks away. So come and join us. Also follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, guys. Still trying to get to 1,000 followers. We're not going to make it to 1,000 before the event starts. So technically speaking, the rules were not met. I really wanted at least 1,000 subs on either Instagram or YouTube. On YouTube, we're getting close to 500, so maybe we can get to 500. I have no idea what the banks in Louisiana are doing. All right, guys, that is it for me. You got my views on the price of Bitcoin. Oh, the Consensio chart. I'm not even sure I looked at it yet. I'm going to wait on the Consensio chart until this candle is close to closing. The price is above both moving averages. The moving averages have crossed, but we still have a day and a half to go. And I'm going to stay patient. And then I'm likely to put in a bullish position after. But I really want to see a daily close above this channel, and we are running into resistance. So ideally, I want to see us, at 22,500 towards the end of July, so that we are above that line. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. Oh, one more thing. Shoot, totally forgot. So I don't know, some YouTuber, they're all the freaking same. This guy, the Martini guy, was talking about a Charles Hoskinson video that was trying to make fun of me. Charles Hoskinson is running a giant scam, basically, in my view. I've always told him that. Anyway, so I replied to the tweet. There was an article. Oh, wait. What the hell happened? There we go. I'm just go to my Twitter real quick. Notifications. There we go. All right, so everyone thinks I shorted Bitcoin at 3,000 in 2019. I don't know why people think that. I was clearly expressing my view to short Bitcoin at 6,000 because I expected it to fall to 3,000. And here's an article from November 19, 2018, the moment Bitcoin dropped below 5K, and I was proven right that Bitcoin would crash below 6,000. I mean, I didn't write this article. I have the link to this article. Like, other people watch my videos and they write articles. Tone Vays is one of the most well-known cryptocurrency analysts in the online world, and one of the few to call a drop below 6,000 earlier this year. Now, this is November. I called a drop below 6,000, and by earlier this year, we're literally talking about January and February. Like, I called it that early. And then here in this article from November 19, when Bitcoin just fallen to $5,000 for the first time in over a year, it says, Hyperwave predicted that once Bitcoin dropped below 6,000 support, we are headed to 1,300 before the bear market is over. Technically, Hyperwave predicted this long before we dropped below 6,000, but that's okay. As it turns out, Tone believes that the most likely bottom is around 3,000. And he only gives 1,300 a 30% probability. Now, 30% probability is still pretty high, but it's certainly not Tone set up with 100% certainty that the market is going to 1,300. This was the actual target. Now, when this target was hit, I was still pessimistic on Bitcoin's turnaround. But this is the kind of stuff people lie about all the time. You can just Google and find the old articles and read them for yourself. This is from November 19. And if we go to the daily chart and we go to November 19, 2019, 2018. What am I saying? 2019. This was in 2018. So November 19, 2018 is right here. This is the day. This is the day that article got published. This was the day we dropped. We were sitting right here. November 19, we had just dropped below 6,000 for the first time on November 14. On November 18 or 19, that article gets written. And my target is clear. My target is 3K. And how low did we get? 3,135. I mean, those were the articles at the time. I mean, you can go and find them yourself. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it there. All right. Thank you all for watching, guys. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye.